I live in a quiet HOA-controlled community outside of Phoenix. It's the kind of place where you get passive, aggressive notes for leaving your trash, bins out too long, or not trimming your hedges. Exactly right. But nothing prepared me for what happened with my old Cessna 172. To them, it was an eyesore, a rusted-out junk plane collecting dust in my backyard hangar-style garage. But to me, it was a prized possession and part of a far more serious matter. See, I used to be a flight mechanic for a private aerospace firm. That Cessna had been grounded for years, sure. But I was helping federal investigators track stolen aircraft parts tied to international smuggling rings. The plane had been tagged in an ongoing federal case. I wasn't allowed to move it, tamper with it, or even talk much about it. The feds were using it to bait a few key players in the black market aviation world. It was all very hush-hush. I'd been cooperating quietly for months. Apparently, the HOA wasn't a fan of secrecy. One afternoon, I came home to find the garage wide open, the padlock cut clean off. Tire tracks in the gravel led me to a gut-wrenching realization. The HOA had towed the plane. They claimed it violated aesthetic standards and in used vehicle ordinances. No warning, no notice, just gone. When I called the HOA president, she casually told me it had already been scrapped for parts and the rest disposed of. What she didn't know was that the plane was under surveillance, not just by me, but by a joint task force between the FAA and DHS. When I informed my federal contact, chaos erupted. Within 24 hours, federal agents swarmed the local junkyard. They shut down operations, seized every remaining part of the aircraft, and placed the HOA under immediate scrutiny for interfering in a federal investigation. The fallout, glorious. The HOA president resigned. The towing company faced a federal lawsuit. Several board members were subpoenaed, and I got a heartfelt apology letter from the agency and a quiet promise that the entire situation would be corrected in ways I didn't need to worry about. Turns out when the HOA thinks they're enforcing neighborhood order, they shouldn't mess with something that's tagged by Uncle Sam, especially not a so-called junk plane with a federal wire hidden in its cockpit.